everyone, it's Ngok here. Long time no see. I'm sorry I went MIA for a month. I just had a lot of things going on, a lot of new things going on in my life, all good things, don't worry. And one week just turned into the next, and next thing I know, it's September. So I don't have a wrap up for you for the month of August because basically I spent the whole month rereading the Harry Potter series and then reading Deathly Hallows for the first time. So instead, I'm going to be doing the Harry Potter tag. I can't remember who created this tag, so I'll find out and leave a link down below for you. But I was tagged by the lovely Mel from Books with Wings, and I will also leave a link to her channel below, and you should all check her out. She's one of my very good friends here on BookTube. I absolutely adore her. Thank you so much for tagging me, Mel, and let's get straight into the tag. So the first question is my favourite book, and prior to rereading the series, my favourite book was actually Goblet of Fire because, as you may know if you watched one of my previous videos, I never read Deathly Hallows because I was spoiled for it by a friend and then I just kind of boycotted the whole thing altogether. But now that I finished, oh, my voice just went a bit weird now. Now that I finished the whole series, Deathly Hallows is definitely my favourite, although Goblet of Fire is still up there as one of my favourites of the whole series. Question number 2 is favourite movie, and this is a really hard question because I actually think they did a fantastic job with the movies. If I had to pick though, I would probably say Goblet of Fire or Order of the Phoenix. All of the movies were fast paced, but I just found that tournament aspect of Goblet of Fire to be really captivating to me. And I loved Order of the Phoenix because that was the movie where all of my favourite characters from the previous books, like Professor Lupin, Sirius, they all came together and, you know, kicked some butt. So I really liked Order of the Phoenix. Question 3, parts of the books or movies that made you cry. Let me think. The part in Goblet of Fire where a certain person dies, the part in Order of the Phoenix where another significant person dies, and pretty much every scene in Deathly Hallows ever, because like half of my favourite characters die, so yeah, there's that. Also, Professor Dumbledore's speech about Cedric Diggory in Goblet of Fire hit me right in the feels. Right in the feels. I have no feels left now. Question 4 is if you could hook up with any Harry Potter character, who would it be? And I've never really been attracted to any of the Harry Potter boys in that way. Like, I enjoy all of the characters, I enjoy reading the books, but unlike some of the other series I've read, there hasn't really been a particular character that's like made me swoon. I haven't really picked up any fictional boyfriends from the series, and actually that's one of the things that I really liked about Harry Potter was that it wasn't romance driven, it was very much plot driven. It was more about family and adventure and just learning. But I guess if I had to pick, I would pick Remus Lupin when he was younger. He's just such a sweetheart. I just think if I had met Remus when he was younger, or if we had a prequel series about all of them when they were younger, I would probably definitely be head over heels for Remus Lupin. Question 5 is favourite character, and this was a really difficult question for me because I love the whole entire cast of Harry Potter except for, you know, the obvious ones like the Death Eaters. I think it would have to be Neville Longbottom. I think Neville was such an underrated character in the books, and although he did get his shining moments in the movie, I still think that they left out quite a few things that would have made him an even more prominent character. The reason why I love Neville so much is that he was just continually discouraged. He was always looked down upon by his teachers, by his classmates, even by his own family, and yet despite all that he chose to rise above it. And you know, he was brave all by himself. He wasn't like Harry, who constantly had people telling him, you know, you're the chosen one, you're so brave, we believe in you. It was so upsetting to me because Neville is such a sweet character and he is so brave, and he was brave all on his own. So Neville is definitely my favourite character. Aside from him though, it would be Professor McGonagall and the Weasley twins. Question 6 is what would your Patronus be? And my Patronus would 100% be a monkey. I was actually born in the year of the monkey and I am obsessed with them. I adore monkeys. I have never shown you guys my bed, but it is actually filled with plushy toys of monkeys. Not ashamed, not ashamed. They will live with me for the rest of my life. So, Monkey Patronus, there you go. Question 7, if you could have the Resurrection Stone, Elder Wand, or Invisibility Cloak, which one would you pick? And obviously I would pick the Resurrection Stone so that I could bring Sam Cortland back to life, because this book book just destroyed my feels, guys. Moment of silence for Sam Cortland. Thank you. Question 8 is what house would you be in? And I actually have a very interesting story about being sorted into the Hogwarts houses. I initially was sorted into Gryffindor the very first time I ever did a sorting quiz. The second time I did it, I was sorted into Hufflepuff, and this would have been like maybe a year or so later. Then when Pottermore first came out, I was actually one of the people who got to beta test it, and I was sorted into Ravenclaw. About a few months ago, I was like, oh, let's just do the sorting quiz again and see what house I get now. And I redid it on Pottermore, and it's been about 4 years, I think, since I did it, so I don't remember the questions at all. I don't remember what answers I gave last time, but this time I was again sorted into Hufflepuff, so I guess I am a Hufflepuff. Question 9. If you could meet any member of the cast, who would it be? Clearly Emma Watson, because I don't think I even need an explanation for that answer. Question 10. Have you played any of the video games? And no, I have not. I am not a big fan of video games. I don't even really have any games on my phone or my iPod. I don't do games, not even Candy Crush. Question 11. If you were on the Quidditch team, what position would you play? Nothing, because I suck thoroughly at sports. I couldn't be keeper because I can't save a goal if my life depended on it. I couldn't be beater because the thought of hitting someone with that thing would just... can't handle it. Can't handle it. I definitely couldn't be the seeker because I have such bad eyesight that I think the audience would probably spot the snitch before I did. And yeah, no, not chasers. When I played basketball in high school, I always sort of like hung around the side because I was too afraid to steal the ball off anyone. I could probably be the commentator. I mean, they're not officially part of the Quidditch team, but they're a pretty important part of the game, so I think I could handle being the commentator. Question 12, were you happy with the ending? And I actually was happy with the way everything wrapped up. I think it all made sense. I think everyone got their moment to prove themselves. Although, of course, there were quite a few people who died who I really did not think it was necessary to murder. I get that J.K. Rowling wanted to make a point that, you know, this is the results of war. War leaves children orphaned. War breaks families apart. But I think we kind of got enough of a sense of that in the first few books. Other than that, I was pretty happy with the ending. Question 13 is, how much does Harry Potter mean to you? And I actually didn't get into this series when everyone else was. I watched the movies first. Thank you so much, Mel, for tagging me. This tag has been around for such a long time that I'm not sure who's done it and who hasn't, so I tag anyone who wants to do the tag, and thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm so sorry I haven't uploaded anything in a long time, but I will try and keep up with one video a week from now on. I love you all so very much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye now! The first book that I finished this month was actually written by V.E. Schwab, and I listened to this on Audible.